Hello, my name is Abby and I'm the Talking Book Librarian. Thank you for joining us for our book talk series. These videos will be recorded and on the Indiana State Library's YouTube channel, as well as the Talking Book Facebook page. The purpose of these book talks is to provide book ideas for book clubs and to include questions for you to answer for yourself or in a book club setting. These videos will always be online, so you can decide to read these books whatever year you would like. If you are interested in this book or any of the other books, give the Talking Book employees a call at 800-622-4970. Feel free to pause the video at any time to answer any of the questions. The book we will be discussing today is Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. A little background on the book to hopefully entice you to read it. After their mother passes, three estranged siblings reunite to sort out her estate. Beth, the oldest, never left home. She stayed with her mom, caring for her until the very end. Nicole, the middle child, has been kept at arm's length due to her ongoing battle with a serious drug addiction. Michael, the youngest, lives out of state and hasn't been back to their small Wisconsin town since their father ran out on them 7 years before. While going through their parents' belongings, the siblings stumble upon a collection of home videos and decide to revisit those happier memories. However, the nostalgia is cut short when one of the VHS tapes reveals a night back in 1999 that none of them have any recollection of. On screen, their father appears covered in blood. What follows is a dead body and a pact between their parents to get rid of it before the video abruptly ends. Beth and Nicole and Michael must now decide whether to leave the past in the past or uncover the dark secret their mother took to her grave. And then about the author. The author is Geneva Rose. She is a blonde woman. In the picture, she appears to be in a leather jacket. But she is the #1 New York best-time-selling author, and that includes several novels, including The Perfect Marriage and The Perfect Divorce. Her work has been translated into more than 30 languages and optioned for film and TV. She currently lives in Wisconsin with her husband, Drew, and her stubborn English bulldogs, Winston and Phyllis Vance. All right, I'll get to the discussion questions. The first discussion question, discuss the relationship between the siblings. Did you find the jealousies and conflict realistic or maybe even relatable? The novel is set in the very small town of Allens Grove, Wisconsin. Have you ever lived in a small town like that? How did this setting contribute to the story? What did you think of the way the author structured the book, alternating between each sibling's point of view, along with flashbacks to Laura in 1999? Do you like to document the world around you like Laura and Christy did? What are some of the pros and cons of thoroughly documenting your life? Did you figure out who the true killer was before the reveal? If so, when did you realize and what tipped you off? Do you think you would ever help cover up a crime committed by your child or another close family member like Laura and Brian did? Would it matter if the crime was truly an accident? While a thriller, the novel also deals with heavy themes, including addiction, death, and grief. What did you think of the way that Rose addressed these topics? It was a very short question and answer session, but those questions, of course, are from the bookclubs.com, and they have discussion guides for several different books. And now I would like to provide a few of my own thoughts about the book. I think I read this last October or November for kind of like spooky season. I really enjoyed Geneva Rose's book. I had never read her before. I thought she had compelling characters. She moved the plot along quickly. And of course, the mystery is always fun. Going back and forth in time between the present and 1999 was really fun. I'm a 90s baby, so I enjoyed the VHS tapes and a lot of those references. I did figure out who the killer was before it was revealed, but not that many chapters beforehand, I think. I think she dropped a couple of hints and I finally picked up on it and went, "Oh, I think it's this person." And I was right, which was exciting. I love being able to figure out the books before they reveal the big mystery or the big twist. I didn't know where the book was going to go. In the end, it ends with a bang, which is always exciting and always fun. It's not necessarily a scary book, but it is definitely a mystery thriller. So if you enjoy the mystery thrillers and especially sibling dynamics, she did a really good job of talking about addiction, using the dynamics of an older versus the youngest sibling. The youngest in this case is kind of the golden boy. He's the favorite, and the girls have to kind of deal with that. It was really interesting, and I definitely recommend that you pick it up for your next read, or especially in a book club. It's nice to be able to discuss it and talk about it. So this one is a short and sweet one for October. Hopefully you guys pick it up, and then I will talk to you guys again here in a month or two. Thank you for coming.